into it and they go on the forums and they have their little ghost hunter groups. And if they think you're faking evidence, then they're out to get you. And each group is out to get each other group, and they all accuse each other of faking any evidence they've got. And if one group gets some evidence that gets a bit of popularity, they get a lot of hate from other groups who are like jealous, accusing them of faking it. So I don't even know why these people really go out looking for ghosts with video cameras, because if they catch one, everybody's just going to say, you know, even if they catch a full-on, proper, full torso apparition, nobody's going to believe the video. There'll be debunkers on that video saying, well, if you watch carefully at frame 423, you see for one moment that, you know, the ghost appears to be wearing a wristwatch or something. Which I don't have a problem with, because if they're not naked...
Well, they might have died this year.
Yeah. And their clothes have obviously come back from the dead. Because you don't see them walking around with the bits hanging out.
That is... I never thought about that.
No. And you don't see ghost dinosaurs.
No.
But people argue that they have a shelf life. You know,
a ghost?
Yeah, they have so much energy, and like they get weaker over time until they go.
So if they appear, they use that energy?
Yeah. But then I would say...
How many velociraptors are haunting people though? It's...
People see ghost dogs, so that must mean animals. But how many ghost ants?
True.
Because I would think they would be... Maybe they're everywhere though. They may be, because nobody's actually hunting them. But there should be, or unless like
ghost ants.
Yeah. Unless an organism has to reach a certain level of like self-awareness to become a ghost. Because nobody really argues if you say like ghost horse or ghost dog, but not ghost cow. It has to be like an animal we domesticate as a pet. Like,
I don't know how interesting a ghost cow would be. Maybe that's why they don't exist.
Would they also just walk around like
grazing?
Well, I mean, if you wanted to see a ghost of a human taking a piss, you might see that in a toilet. But cows, they do it wherever they go. So if you were to see a ghost cow, would you be able to see it piss? Would it still piss like...
What if you lived in a house where a cow used to graze and your house was then built? Would it pass by and piss in your living room because it used to piss there?
Yeah, presumably. And like if the floor was raised, it would be cut off at the knees.
True.
Because it's in the same location, but it isn't, because the Earth's going around the sun.
But maybe that's why we don't see ghost dinosaurs. Maybe they are like 100 foot down because of...
That's a good point.
Maybe they are ghosts, but where all the fossils are.
But if you're tied to one location, you can never see any ghosts, because the whole solar system's moving. The Earth's going around the sun.
Presumably then a ghost is just in the ether, staying in one point in space.
So it must be something about the ground that it's on.
That ties...
It's got it, but it has to be, otherwise you'd become a ghost here, and then, you know...
You're lost in space forever.
Yeah, you'd be floating in space. That's really deep, man.
Ghosts are dicks.
Ghosts are dicks.
This is English courage.
Alright, if you were a ghost and you had the power only to sort of move stuff at like that strength, what would you do with such power?
Presumably, though...
Would you poke people on Facebook?
That's no power at all. Presumably, though, being a ghost, you can pass through things. So if you could put your hand in someone's chest and apply that much force to their heart...
Would your hand get stuck in the wall as you went through?
I don't know.
Presumably maybe you could concentrate that.
Only when you became solid, yeah, maybe. But you'd only have to make your fingertips solid. True. Or do you all have to be solid whenever you want a bit of you to be solid? Because otherwise they could reach into your head and snap your spinal cord. And there's very little evidence for that ever having happened. So people, what's your opinion on ghosts and how, you know, I want to know the physics behind it, your scientific theories for ghostness.
Ghostness.
Yeah. That's going to have to be a separate video.
Write that in your thesis.
I'll try it out soon enough, man. This is a bit different from Parkinson. Everybody who does interviews, they try to be like Parkinson. It's like they got some kind of fucking disease.
Yeah.
There should be a name for it.
You know what my favourite place is to shoot? When we're doing our little interview sections with the pro riders. Over there on that wreck. It's so decrepit and weird and old, man. It's just so fucked up. It looks awesome.